human race loves to watch battle.
Yep.
I mean, so instead, what did we do? We came up with all these other sports that basically mock war or mock fighting.
Yeah.
Well, let's just cut out all the red tape. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go. Let's go to war.
You ever train anybody as big as me?
I have, yeah.
What are your experiences with that?
Nice, 2, 3. Come on, you got it. You know what to do.
You're not a chocolate guy?
I'm a hardcore candy guy. I wake up every morning, my feet hit the ground, and I go, fuck. 2, 3, cover, 3. Fuck all that. Bullshit. If it says 0 calories on it, guys, that means 0 calories. I don't think that they make you fat. They might give you cancer.
Got it.
1, 2, cover, 2, 3, cover, 3.
Oh,
hey, listen, if your hand keeps coming here, I'm gonna take a point. You don't even need to poke him in the eye. 2, 3, cover,
Oh, man.
3, 2. His brain ain't getting no oxygen. You have the sirloin burger's really good.
You got cheese fries?
Spaghetti, it's all covered. 3, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going out to defeat my opponent. I'm going out there to tear his head off. And, you know, I sure hope that that's what he's trying to do to me.
Wearing a t-shirt that says never made.
I believe him. I think he's telling the truth.
Welcome back to Never Made Weight. My name is Sped, your host. Today we're at the training center in San Diego. We're training with the UFC legend, the Crippler, Chris Leben. He was nice enough to invite us today. You know, I don't ask for much. If you want to support me, like, subscribe, notification bell. If you like the shirt, the link is in the description. I don't know what to expect. Today. I'm kind of nervous.
First off, there's no such thing as stopping a fight at the exact right time. It was either a little too early or it was a little too late, right? That's the way I'm looking at it. I'm always striving for perfect.
Got it.
For perfect. Don't get me wrong. But you want to give those fighters in there, especially at the highest level, every chance in the world, right?
Yeah.
And our number one priority as a referee is safety. It's fighter safety. You don't want anybody to get hurt or, God forbid, worse on your watch when you're the referee.
Yeah.
You want everybody to be able to come back and fight another day.
Yeah.
Now, you're making, as a referee, split-second decisions. We don't have slow-mo. We don't have instant replay. We got one angle. And literally, it's a life or death decision, right? You're trying to give them every chance, you know? And the bottom line is sometimes that angle is not great. Shit happens in fights, you know, it's not great. So, like I tell everybody, if you drive a car long enough, you're gonna get in a wreck.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Anybody that comes in here and tells me they're undefeated in fighting, I go, well, that just means you haven't fought very much. You know what I mean? Because if you fight long enough, listen, everybody's got a puncher's chance. Pretty soon you're gonna slip left and you should have slipped right.
Yeah.
That's just the name of the game. Show me a slip. So if I go here, I want you to slip. Yep. You bring that weight as you slip, bring that weight, bend that back leg a little bit. So watch me. So when I slip to my back leg side, look, I sit down, right? And my shield is high. Think of this as your shield and this is your sword. When you hit that slip, boom. I'm here. See, I'm loaded. My chin's in line with my back knee. My legs are bent, and I'm ready to fire that right hand. So you're gonna go slip, boom, and look. Watch my shoulders. Twist, untwist. I want to twist when I slip.
Got it.
So I'm loaded to boom, just like I'm swinging a bat. Twist those shoulders. You ready?
Yeah.
Slip. Bop. 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 Especially here in California, as referees and judges, we're constantly drilling, we're constantly training, we're constantly improving. I have a great set of mentors and peers, you know, in my field that are always pushing me to do better. So after every match that I referee, I come out and I'll grab, might be Jason Herzog, might be Mike Beltran, might be Herb Dean. I'm gonna grab one of those guys, they're gonna go pull me over and they go, hey Chris, you know this, I think maybe you were a foot too close to the action. I think if you were a foot back, you would have had a better view of it. You know, everybody, myself included, thinks that they know how to referee and thinks that they would be a great judge. And I remember my first fight, you know, my first fight was terrible. My second fight wasn't great. You know, thank God I spent 5.5 years in the amateurs honing my craft before I ever went pro. Because, you know, you know, when you go pro, there's a lot more on the line, you know?
Yeah.
But nonetheless, you know, just like fighting, you know, you're only as good as your last fight as a referee, you know? So we're constantly striving for, to be perfect. But if you ever think you've refereed the perfect match, just like if you ever think you've fought the perfect fight, it's probably time to hang it up. Because there's always something that you can improve. Good, now what if I slip the other way? Fight stance, bend your legs, yeah, exactly. So your chin's in line with your lead knee, right? I'm just kind of, I'm corked, I'm ready to fire. Now when I fire this hook, because I'm slipping a straight punch, to hit him with a hook, which is a half range punch, I'm gonna need to come forward just a little bit. So I need to take that little skip. So we're just gonna slip and skip. Slip and skip, you're gonna come off that lead. Yep, exactly. Slip, skip. Slip, skip. Slip, skip. Good. I get messages on Instagram after every show that I do telling me, you know, I'll have one telling me great stoppage. If I'm repping, great stoppage, and then I'll have the next message will be a guy talking about the same fight going horrible stoppage.
Wow.
Then I'll have a guy send me a message saying, hey, great scoring in that fight, and then I'll have another guy sending me, that was the worst scoring I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You know, what fight were you watching? And, you know, I would like to write them back and say, how much money did you lose in that fight? And so everybody out there understands, significant strikes matter zero in my scoring criteria.
Wow.
I have no access to the significant strikes, nor would I want access to the significant strikes. And here's, I'll tell you why. Now you'll get these commentators will be like, oh wow, he threw 100 more significant strikes than them. As I understand it, a significant strike is a strike that's landed at distance. So that could be a jab, a cross, a hook. Anything on the inside, an uppercut, a hard elbow, technically is not a significant strike.
Wow.
And the significant strikes in the back, there with the production team, there's a kid, there's an intern, there's somebody that's watching the fight on a TV screen with a button in each hand. And he's clicking every time he thinks there's a significant strike here, and every time he thinks there's a significant strike here. How much training that person has, I don't know. I don't know. Whether they ever did martial arts themselves, I don't know. Good. Now put that hook on the end of that. Ready? Hook,
So what are you judging off? Just off of your knowledge of fighting and who's controlling the fight?
Well, obviously our number one criteria is effective striking and effective grappling.
Got it.
Right? And really, what we mean by the word effective is we mean damage. We mean, you know, to the simplest way I can break it down for you is who beat up who? Who beat up who?
Got it.
You know what I mean? Now, which generally is going to mean effective striking, right? Generally, you know, a big right hand is hard to come. You could throw 10 jabs. If you hit me with 10 jabs and I go, boom, drop a right hand and your eye explodes, guess what?
You're beating them.
I'm winning that fight.
Yeah.
I'm winning that fight. Now, if you hit me with 10 jabs, right, and I take you, I shoot a double, I take you down, I get side control, I step over to mount, as you go, I take your back, you're choking, you're fighting to get out of that choke, right? Then you work your way up. Well, guess what? That was effective grappling. That was effective grappling, and I'm gonna score for that. If I take you down and you get up, you know, how effective was that?
That makes a lot of sense.
Now, if I take you down, like we've seen in the UFC, if I go out and I take you down 10 times in one round, and you're exhausted because you had to keep fighting your way back up, well, that's effective grappling. Now let's try to go the other way. Slip, hook, yep. Slip, hook. Good, now put the cross on the end of that. So you go slip, slip, hook, cross. Good. slip, hook, cross. Good.
We saw a heavyweight championship match end early due to an eye poke on Tom Aspinall.
Yep.
What do you think about the whole eye poke thing? And as a ref, what would you do in that situation? And what do you suggest the UFC does about it in general? Because it's a very common thing nowadays.
Well, I'll tell you what's interesting. You know, I also do a lot of refereeing and judging in bare knuckle. And in bare knuckle boxing, where there's no gloves at all, we almost never see eye pokes. I can think of one eye poke in the entire history of bare knuckle that I can think of. And you go, well, why is that? They had no gloves at all because they're in there to fight. They're in there to box. Their hands are generally closed if you're in there to fight, if you're in there to box. I would also be curious to know these eye pokes, because in my career, I have 25 UFC fights. In my career, I can't remember that I ever poked anybody in the eye, you know? And I feel like it tends to be the same people that tend to do it. So I think, you know, it doesn't matter if you're going forward. It doesn't matter if you're going backward. If your hand is out like this, that's to me, that's timidity. To me, that's saying you're not there to fight. Regardless. Forward, backward, I'm saying I'm not there to fight. And I think that alone needs to be called as a foul. You know what I mean? We need to be like, hey, listen, if your hand keeps coming here, I'm gonna take a point. You don't even need to poke him in the eye. But now, if you poke somebody in the eye, you know, I don't know the exact statistic, but I know more often than not, the fouled fighter is the one that ends up losing the fight. So we got to even the score. If you foul somebody and you diminish them with an illegal strike, that is not fair. You now have an unfair advantage coming in, right? So I'm a big fan of taking a point. And I think this whole thought process that fighters have of, well, you always get one warning, that needs to go away. That needs to go away. They need to think, if I do it, I'm going to lose a point. And what that means is we're going to have to start taking points, you know? And there's going to be some people with their hearts broken for the first few months, just like any time there's a rule change. But eventually people will figure it out that, hey, this is not allowed. Period. 2, twist, 2, 3, twist, 3, 2. Yeah. Hands up, chin down. 1, 2, 1, 2, twist, 2, 3, twist, 3, 2. Good. 1, 2, twist.
Sorry. All right.
1, 2, twist, 2, 3, twist, 3, 2.
My boxing coach, Coach Valentine, would have killed me by now.
Fighting is not the same now as it was 10 years ago. Fighting is not the same now as it was 5 years ago. This sport is adapting and evolving at a high rate of speed. These athletes are getting better and better. You know, we've changed the rule on the down fighter, right? We've changed the criteria for a 10-8 round, right? We changed the rule on the 12-6 elbows.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of that. Let's continue to progress. Let's continue to try to hone it in, you know. And I think now the one that's in the light is the eye pokes. And I think it's like, okay, well now we need to really address it. We need to hone in on those eye pokes, and we need to figure out how to minimize. 1, 2, slip, 2, 3, slip, 3, 2. Yeah, there it is, jab. Cross. 1, 2. Good, give me that combo. 1, 2, slip. 1, 2, slip, 2, 3, slip, 3, 2. Nice, come on, jab. Cross. 1, 2. Combo. 1, 2, slip. 1, 2, slip, 2, 3, slip, 3, 2. We gotta get a good one. Jab. Cross. 1, 2. Combo. 1, 2, slip, 2, 3, slip, 3, 2. Almost perfect. You gotta keep going till you get it right. Come on, jab. Cross. 1, 2. Combo, let's go. 1, 2, slip, 2, 3, slip, 3, 2. There it is.
Ronda Rousey was recently on the Bert Kreischer podcast, had some feelings towards Joe Rogan. She said that Joe is not an mixed martial arts expert. What's your take on that?
Well, I love Ronda. I think she's great, and I think what she's done for the sport, you know, and I can't believe I saw a thing where she said that she felt like if she went to a UFC now that she would be booed, and I just can't even fathom that anybody could possibly boo Ronda Rousey with everything that she has done for martial arts. That being said, Joe Rogan has done a lot for martial arts as well.
Yeah.
Listen, he has been there since day one. Not only has he been to pretty much every UFC in history and been a great commentator, but he's also a practicing martial artist. We know he was big into Taekwondo back in the day. He's now a black belt under Eddie Bravo. He's in his 50s and he's continuing to train and try to develop as a martial artist. So I don't think you can say he's not a martial artist. You can say, and I think Joe would say he's not a UFC fighter. He never was. He was too busy doing other things, Like if you're a UFC fighter, that's all you do. You put your entire life into this one thing. You eat, sleep, and spend every waking moment preparing to get into the cage. You don't get the opportunity to do, these other things, Fear Factor, stand-up comedy, all these other things that Joe's done, But would I say he's pretty, for a guy that was never in the UFC, would I say he's pretty educated? Yeah, I'd say he's pretty educated.
When I see like two people in some kind of debate like that I love, it's kind of like watching my parents argue.
This time, instead of slipping, we're just gonna cover. We're just gonna cover, right?
All right.
So what I want you to do when I go to that backside, when you sit back on it, chin down, shoulder high, you're gonna brace for impact. Boom. Yep, so right here, when I come here, pop. Yep, and when you bend that back leg, so fight stance, lean forward a little bit. Now sit back on that back leg. Now sit back on the back leg. Boom, right there, yep. So we're here, whop. 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 Yep, and then give me that right hand right off of it. Bop, bop. Bop, bop. Bop, bop. Yep, hunker down and take it. What if I go to the other side? We're just gonna come here. Ha! Just sit on it. Sure.
Islam had to come up to fight JDM. He said he's been taking a lot of creatine.
Yeah.
What are your predictions for that fight? Obviously we know who the favorite is. What are JDM's keys to victory here?
Well, first off, I have to be careful because I am an official, which means I am never biased. I don't see a fight one way. I don't see a fight the other way. I can never tell you which guy I like or dislike. Everybody is always equal to me. But what I'll say about that fight is I'm really excited for it. Go here. Give me that hook. Ha. That's the way I like to counter. I always like to counter same side. You ready?
Yeah.
Ba, ba. What if I go backhand? Ba, ba. Ba, ba. Front hand. Ba, ba. Backhand. Ba, ba. Good. Give me a 1-2. Ba, ba, ba. Yeah, come on. 1-2. 1-2. Nice. 2-3. Come on. You got it. You know what to do.
How's your diet nowadays?
70% good.
70% good.
70% good. And the thing with diet, my philosophy is you have to find a diet that works. No diet's gonna work if you don't do it, right? So number one, you gotta find a diet that works for you, right? And you also have to find a diet that, by that I mean it has to fit your lifestyle. And by that, it has to be tolerable. I can't tell you how many people I see that say they're gonna go, I'm going fucking all vegan, all raw, nothing but vegetables, and then they do that diet for a month and they're burnt. They're burnt out, they can't do it. So now, because I'm not, I know that I used to know that I had a training camp coming up. And I used to know that I was going to have to make 185 pounds or I wasn't gonna get paid. Simple as that. So I didn't have to worry. I knew I was gonna make weight. When I retired, that all changed. I was eating like it was in between fights. And I got real big and then I realized, holy crap, there's nothing that's gonna bring me back down, So I had to change things. And what I do is my strictest day on my diet is Monday. So I eat virtually the same thing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday night's date night, Saturday and Sunday, I got my kid or I'm working. I got to eat on the fly. I eat whatever I want. So my diet goes like this. My diet is very simple. It works for me. I wake up in the morning, I have a protein shake, and I have cold brew coffee from Starbucks, right? That's it. I'm good. I go home for lunch, and I usually have some leftover what I made for dinner the night before, which my dinner is always the same. My dinner is either rice and salmon, bluefin tuna and salmon, or chicken or steak and salmon. And rice. 2, 3, cover 3. Again, 2, 3, cover 3. Yeah, 1, 2. 1, 2, cover 2. 1, 2, cover 2. 1, 2, cover 2. There it is. Now give me 2, 3. 2, 3, cover 3. 3. 2, 3, cover 3. That's it. 1, 2. 1, 2, cover 2. And 2, 3. 2, 3, cover 3. 1, 2, cover 2. 2, 3, cover 3.
You drink soda?
I don't drink soda.
What do you drink with your meals?
I drink Mio, actually. Whoa. Because again, I'm a sugar guy. Yeah. I like sweets. And I'm sure there's a lot of health people, there's a lot of diet people out there that will tell you, that fake sugar is no good for you, and it actually causes, when you eat real sugar, you do not process it right. It'll make you gain weight that way, whatever. Fuck all that. Bullshit. If it says 0 calories on it, guys, that means 0 calories. That means it doesn't spike your insulin, and that means you're not gonna get fat eating it. Let's put it together. Put it together. We're almost there. All right. So you're gonna go here. You're gonna go 1, 2, cover 2, 3. 1, 2, cover 2, 3, cover 3, 2. 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 His brain ain't getting no oxygen.
Was there ever a point in your life where you weren't in good shape, you put on weight or whatever?
Yeah, last time I had to go, about 10 years ago, I had to go on vacation for a while. And a lot of fans were sending me, candy, gifts, candy, this, that. So I spent a few months just laying in my rack eating now and laters, and I got up to like 256 pounds.
You're not a chocolate guy?
I'm a hardcore candy guy.
You said this last time.
I want Haribo gummy bears. I want Sour Patch Kids. Screw it, I don't care. Give me the Pixie Sticks.
The Pixie Sticks are
straight
good.
dust.
Yeah.
I want straight sugar.
Yeah.
That's what
Especially
I like.
the blue one.
Yeah.
Anything blue when it comes to candy, right?
Anything blue. So it's not that I don't like chocolate. I like some good chocolate. But yeah, no, my go-to is for sure gummy bears. 1, 2, cover 2, 3, cover 3, 2. Good, we're just gonna keep building a little speed. 1, 2, cover 2, 3, cover 3, 2. 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 1, 2, cover 2, 3, cover 3, 2.
Do you have any tips for somebody at your age to stay in shape?
Yeah, don't get out of shape. That is my biggest one. And it sounds kind of stupid, but the truth is at this point in my life, I am too old to have to get back in shape. It hurts too bad for me to have to get back in shape, and I know that. So when I got those days off and I'm like, fuck, I could sit around, but either way, I'm gonna be suffering. I'm either gonna be suffering because I fought my whole life, my body's beat up, it's crippled, and I've been laying on the couch for 3 days, and then I'm gonna be suffering then, and I'm gonna be suffering when I come in the gym because my cardio's gonna suck ass, or I'm gonna be suffering because my muscles are achy, they're sore because I've been in the gym, I've been training, I've been doing my cardio. So the bottom line is, one way or another, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck because you gotta walk around at 400 pounds, or it's gonna suck because you're beat up and sore from being in the gym. Your pick. 3, 4, 5. I wake up every morning, my feet hit the ground and I go, fuck. And my chick hates it, you know?
Wow.
But that's the truth, because that's the state I wake up in. That's my natural state, you know? Little bit of, then I take my time, I get my prayer, I get my meditation, I get myself mentally right, and I go, okay, we know what we got to do today, right? We're gonna suit up, we're gonna show up, you know? My biggest thing, and what I think is the most important, is just never punk out. I'm never gonna punk out. Every morning, every day, I wake up, I suit up, I show up. And that's how you make a difference in not only your life, but everybody around you's life. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This guy's on a weight loss mission.
Okay.
So,
Perfect spot.
I'm doing
Perfect.
a little video thing on getting him started training.
Oh, good.
So what are we eating today?
Everything we do, everything I make here, I eat. I don't use oil or butter on any of my food, so it's basically very, very clean and healthy.
Amazing.
If I'm this weight, this is the perfect spot.
Perfect,
So,
perfect.
like I was telling you before, everybody down there, if you're a professional bodybuilder and you're in San Diego, this is the gym you go to. This is maybe besides maybe Gold's in Venice Beach, this is the spot in the world for people that are serious about their strength. And you know, obviously the biggest part of that is diet. You think we have it hard in MMA trying to make weight. Diet, I think, is even more hardcore for a high world-class bodybuilder.
Understood.
So, and this is what they eat. So it'll work for us. I'm gonna get, I think I'll do the, this is the best one. Do you have the
Is there
sirloin
cheese fries
burger's
here or
really
no?
good.
You got cheese fries?
Spaghetti, it's all good. Spaghetti's
it's the
good,
best place
chili's
for
good.
bodybuilders.
I think I'll do a spaghetti today, please.
You guys have a chicken salad?
You know, I watched a great thing recently on how it's not the gluten. It was, you know, it's the bread in this country. Because if you go to Europe and you eat the bread, you don't have.
I know you don't have the reactions that you've got.
Yeah,
Everything's very
it's what we do to the wheat germ, the bleach, and all that shit. Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Should I steal some of Chris Leben's sourdough? He says for his wife. It's right there. Zoom into the sourdough. Zoom into the sourdough. Your son has a mean left hook. Looks awfully similar to yours. Is that something that came naturally? I'm very interested in this.
It did. It was the weirdest thing. When he was 2, I bought him a bag. I hung the bag. I never showed him nothing. He goes like this. Starts doing some footwork and then just, boom, twisting
Damn.
his body and shoulders. And I just thought,
That's wild.
God, that had to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he just naturally
Thank you.
hucks that left hand, rotates on it. You know, I got adults in here, I can't teach to throw a left hand like that. He hits hard already. And I don't know if it's past life, you know, stuff or where it comes from, but it's somewhere in there, you know?
Diet Coke, man. You were talking about that 0-calorie thing. It's different. The Coca-Cola products are different, I feel like.
Well, I don't think they're good for you. I don't think that they make you fat. They might give you cancer,
Got it.
but they don't make you fat. That's my point.
So what do we got here, guys? Downstairs over here, you'll plug. What was it called? Downstairs. Yeah. You'll plug them in the video. We got diced potatoes, some turkey, meatloaf. It looks like, and some eggs. Chris got spaghetti and ground beef.
So plenty of beef, the right serving of carbs, just some mixed vegetables. I mean, the meals are simple, but they're everything you need. You know what I mean? Carbs, protein, and fat. You know, it's designed to be, you know, a bodybuilder that's going to eat 5 meals a day, maybe 6 meals a day. It's going to be a perfect portion for a bodybuilder.
You know, these parts of the video is kind of confusing because they don't want to interrupt him while he's eating. Like when
No,
we're
it's
eating
fine.
with Taco Padilla. He was having a blast. He had an 8. He was on a weight cut. You know, Chris Padilla just won over the weekend against one of the Bonfim brothers.
Yeah, I actually have reffed a few of his fights.
Oh, have you?
I repped his last one, and up next, it ended up going to his opponent protested. said he was getting elbowed in the back of the head. You know, and it was one of those things where during the exchange at the end, there may have been an elbow, that was close to the back of the head. I said, hey, watch the back of the head. It certainly wasn't what caused the fight-ending sequence. It certainly wasn't, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a shot that landed.
It was a shot that landed in an exchange. I told him watch it, and he didn't do it again.
Yeah.
Simple as that. As a referee, things are left up to our discretion.
Yeah.
Especially things like the back of the head, because if you're hitting a guy in the air, they don't want to get hit in the air. They're going to turn their head, and that next shot's going to land in the back of the head. Now, as a referee, if I say, hey, watch the back of the head, that means if you hit the back of the head again, I'm going to have to stop it. I may take a point, all this. But, if there's really no harm, no foul, you're hitting, he turns his head, I say, watch the back of the head, you adjust, then we keep the fight going. If we stop the fight every time that happened, it would be, we'd never get anywhere.
I actually want to give a shout out to Chris Padilla because he was on, after his win over the weekend, he was on Ariel, and Ariel was asking him if...
I actually, I was working. I was at the Apex.
Oh, were you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
I think I saw your story on Instagram.
Yeah. I didn't have that. I didn't have his fight, but he keeps that real high guard.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
I messaged him, I said, your defense is superb. His defense was insane. A striker like Bone Fiend wasn't getting through, Yeah, when we did the episode with him, he was stressing defense, and he was actually incentivizing me with a wooden stick. Kept hitting me if I didn't, yeah. So I want to give a shout out to Chris Padilla because on Ariel over the weekend, he said that Ariel asked him about, hey, we're getting word that fighters are getting approached, being offered to throw a fight. Has that happened to you? And blah blah blah. He said if somebody approached me and said that, I might punch him in the face because of how much of a purist I am. Because I put my life into this, and you're over here talking about $70,000 to throw a fight. Like he's a real fighter. He's a real warrior. So shout out to Chris, man.
And things have changed over the years, but like when I was fighting, it was more important to me to, for example, go out on my shield, fight to the death, put on a fight that the fans loved, than like squeak out a decision. I never went out trying to just win. I always went out trying to finish my opponent. So like that kind of mentality. Where I never tried to game the rules. I never tried to outpoint my opponent. I've always looked at fighting as, I have to win at all costs. I'm going out to defeat my opponent. I'm going out there to tear his head off. And, I sure hope that that's what he's trying to do to me. You know what? And may the best man win. One of us is going to fall, and one of us is going to win. That's how I've always kind of looked at fighting. And I see that some of that has gone away in the sport now. You see a lot of guys fighting not to lose, as opposed to fighting to finish, fighting to tear their head off, fighting to win. And it's 6 in one, half dozen in the other. I think that part of it had to go, just because skill levels are so high and guys are so dangerous. They have to be more cautious now, But yeah, I miss that purity. I miss that about the sport. That sometimes we don't. We still get those great fights. Don't get me wrong. We still get a lot of those fights where both guys are trying to kill each other. But sometimes we see guys, especially at the highest level, when they're very dangerous, where it's just a chess match, and a guy's doing maybe just enough to get the round in the bag. I don't. As a fan, I don't love that.
Chris's era is what set the stage for everybody. Because why did when I thought UFC, when I just started watching UFC, what did I think when I thought about UFC? I thought about Chuck Liddell's mohawk, thought about Chris Lieben's red hair,
I mean, if you go,
Rampage's chain. Yeah, exactly. Nowadays, the sport is exploded. In my opinion, UFC is going to be bigger than the NBA, bigger than the MLB at some point in the future. I'm not saying in 10 years, but it just seems like it's captivated all of America, and they set the tone. You know?
I mean, I might be a little biased, but yeah, well, listen, it's the most exciting sport on the planet. You know what I mean? And what's more primal than 2 men enter, 1 man leave? You know what I mean? It's the oldest sport on the planet. You know, it's the best sport on the planet. It's the most exciting sport on the planet. You know, we just had this 100-year gap where it kind of went away. People tried to act like they were too civilized for a while to admit that human beings, human race loves to watch battle.
Yep.
I mean, so instead, what did we do? We came up with all these other sports that basically mock war or mock fighting.
Yeah.
Well, let's just cut out all the red tape. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go. Let's go to war. Let's go and let's get raw about it. Let's go hand-to-hand combat. You know, that's as raw as it gets.
Chris, I really appreciate you doing this video with us.
Oh, thank you.
And the first time around doing the webcam interview with us, this time letting us come over here, check your gym out, working with us, and we really appreciate it. Guys, thank you so much for watching Never Made Weight. The Crippler, Chris Leben, he didn't need an introduction. He doesn't need an outro. If you guys want to support me, I don't ask for much. If you like the shirt, link is in the description. You want to support the YouTube channel, subscribe, ring the notification bell, comment. If you liked the video, say you liked it. If you didn't like it, let me know what you didn't like. I'm sorry I didn't wear the red tights, but you know, I only have 2 pairs of those. They're in the laundry. We did an episode with Manny Gamburian earlier this week, and so I couldn't wear those today.